Yeah, right. That was kind of accidental. Yin Hao Cooler, the trailer that was on there.
I'm not even ready for Christmas.
Yeah, the trailer that was on there, it was kind of accidental. It was a nice one, but like a screen pops up, and once you press whatever video you want for the trailer, for some odd reason, maybe it's a glitch, it doesn't let you go back and change it. So we were in Christmas in September. All right, you ready to go? All right, fist pumps. Let's get this game locked in. All right, let's go. Hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis family discussion. Hopefully everybody is having a great Monday. It is Labor Day here in the United States. It never has made much sense to me, Labor Day, because everybody works on Labor Day, especially salespeople. Salespeople are a driving force of the world. And on Labor Day, the salespeople always have to work like incredibly much or much harder, even though it's considered Labor Day and you're supposed to take a break.
But they don't have a lot of sales going on. By the way, have any of you guys ever had wasabi peas?
Wasabi.
They're really great. Yin Hao, have you ever had wasabi peas?
Hey, by the way, I see a comment from someone by the name of, and welcome, by the way, Harry Potter F1, go on Emma Raducanu. Why is this an interesting comment? Because when we were, Shelby Rogers, by the way, the match right now, she's like down 5-0 in tears.
She's not here
now. And we have, by the way, I have the Rogers match here, and I have the Lloyd Harris Riley Opelka match here. So I'll have the scores as we go. But when I saw Raducanu, by the way, she's a beautiful girl. She's a pretty girl.
She's cute.
But when I saw her,
she's in my cute.
No, she's a beautiful girl.
Cute.
I think she's beyond cute.
It's because she's 18. Cute.
Okay, well, I wasn't looking at the age.
No, she's cute. She doesn't look like a woman yet.
She's
a little girl.
For me, she's a beautiful girl. She's a child, but she's a beautiful girl.
She's cute, like the other one is.
Yeah, but when I saw Raducanu, the first glimpse, we went grocery shopping in Mississippi today. What's up, Mississippi? Let's go. We went grocery shopping and came back here to Alabama, and we flipped on the TV and we had recorded matches. So we, started watching to catch up, fast forward through commercials, which, by the way, is better than watching it through the commercials anyway. So sometimes it's good catching the matches like an hour late. But the first time I saw Raducanu, I went in Harry Potter.
The Asian girl, really.
But they're a viewer with the name
stereotype,
and maybe they like F1 racing, so they're a Harry Potter fan, and
know which one
and they like F1. So Formula One fan as.
I mean, she could break and go up 5-2. I mean, be down 5-2. She had a chance. She was 15-40. Now it's 40-30. So I don't know.
And Opelka.
And it's not that the girl's beating her. It's definitely not. I'm watching the match. She's beating herself. There's no spectacular tennis here. It's just, I think that she's overwhelmed. She put all her energy into Barty's match. This match is not because Raducanu is just kicking her ass. She's kicking her own ass.
And by the way, Raducanu started slow. She started, down love 2, I think, and then just rolled off something like 6 straight games or something along those lines. So she started slow. Amazing, though, that she turned extreme nerves at Wimbledon, and from to the point of anxiety attack, you could see her hyperventilating and throwing up, regurgitating, to being able to fight through that. Shows really quick maturity, right?
Yes, definitely.
Good. She got it out at Wimbledon, and here we go. Shoot a monkey. I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know what you meant.
Doesn't matter. Okay, topic number 1 is going to be this. For the past, 2 or 3 years, Carla and I have always discussed whether or not Patrick Mouratoglou, if you don't know who that is, that's Serena's coach, and we started finding out about Patrick Mouratoglou because of Serena, just truth be told. Patrick Mouratoglou, by the way, was not the key to Serena Williams' success. Serena Williams was the key to her success, and her father, Richard. Mm-hmm. Serena Williams had 14 majors already prior to meeting, or excuse me, it was 10, and she has 14 with. She has 24. Prior to meeting Patrick Mouratoglou. We've said this so many times on the show, and lo and behold, this morning, Carla is reading the New York Times. And what do we have? And by the way, the New York Times is one of those periodicals that goes back a long time, and they usually are known for not publishing stories that are bogus, fake news or anything that's trivial. Generally, it's, breaking kind of big time stories at the Times, right?
Right.
Someone please tell me if you disagree with me. But anyway, what was the article that you came across, and what did the headline read today, Carla?
Okay, so I wrote down some of it because I didn't want to quote. But
Can you show them? Can you show them the times so they get it's credible? Okay.
So I took some bits and pieces, but the title on the New York Times article is Serena Williams is not at the U.S. Open, but her coach is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to read like a little paragraph, and then I wrote some stuff down. Patrick Mouratoglou has become bigger star than most players and is building an empire too. That does not leave much time for coaching, and that may be just how he likes it. Maybe it's the beard, the persistent salt and pepper whiskers, always trimmed to a perfect length. That makes Patrick Mouratoglou initially seem more like a French existentialist philosopher rather than a tennis coach, or maybe he is a tennis venture capitalist, or a tennis resort executive, or a tennis guru. Okay, that was the article. So I wrote down some stuff here.
And that's New York Times quoting.
I put here, Patrick.
Before you start, do you think that maybe the journalist that wrote this for the New York Times watches our show? Because we've been saying this for 3 years. Mm-hmm. 3 years. Yeah. We've mentioned the fact that Patrick Mouratoglou doesn't have the credibility to be sitting in all these players' boxes. It's almost like he's selling himself because of his looks, his perfectly trimmed beard, and so forth. Nothing against him. I think he is a good coach. There's some of his stuff that I use, not that I use, that I've seen before. Good afternoon, Ryan, by the way. Some of the stuff that I like his metaphors, but nonetheless, all of us coaches that have coached for decades, Carla, myself, and thousands of other coaches, we've heard this before, but his accent and the way he looks, it soaks in. But besides Serena Williams, he hasn't created a champion. Right. Anyway, back to you.
So Patrick Mouratoglou, what has he done? What does he have? Patrick, he's the chief organizer of an Ultimate Tennis Showdown, a made-for-television competition where several top players play with a faster scoring system. So he has a show.
It's called the Fast Four.
He has a show.
And the Fast Four is so stupid.
You guys haven't seen him because Tsitsipas is out, Rune's out, Coco Gauff is out, which is the list of players that he has. Why would you see him if his players are not there? But ESPN does call him a few times to commentate.
Yes. Now, I'm not cutting you off. Don't forget where you left off. But today, Patrick Mouratoglou, I don't have Twitter, but she showed me, Carla does. Patrick Mouratoglou released a statement about Stefanos Tsitsipas, one of his students, obviously, and about why he goes to the bathroom. And he admittedly stated it's not because he needs to go to the bathroom. It's because he needs to go.
I'll read those quotes.
It's because he needs to go to somewhere and clear his mind, shut the door, and be himself for a while.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. We're going to talk about that after.
Okay, go.
So Mouratoglou Tennis Center. He has Mouratoglou Tennis Centers in Costa Navarino, Greece, and Gemmaria in Dubai. Yep. Okay. He's I guess an investor in tennis media website called tennismajors.com. He full-time coaches with Serena Williams. He's an advisor for Tsitsipas, had him since he was 16 years old, Gauff since she was 10. And he lets Rune, he's not even his coach, and Popapiri use his training center. Okay. Before Williams, he had Bagdatis and Pavlyuchenkova. Those were his students before Serena.
Yeah, Marcos Bagdatis was one of his first students, I think. Mm-hmm. So he goes back.
Well, he stopped playing tennis when he was 16.
So this goes. Mouratoglou has had his toes in Cyprus and Greece and the Mediterranean for a long time. Marcos Bagdatis, great player, but he never won a major. A lot of you may not know who Bagdatis is. A wonderful player, a fighter, kind of reminded me of Ferrer a little bit. You know, he's just always all over the place with a worse attitude. Anyway, sorry.
It says he has 50 coaches working under him. From what I read, he stopped playing tennis at 16 because he wasn't good at it. His dad he was an owner of something, investor, and he invited his son at the age of 20 something, but Patrick always wanted to be involved in tennis. The guy has a lot of money. We might laugh at him. We might make fun of him. We might say he's Jack in the Box, but he's built his empire, I think, even bigger than Serena.
By the way, Riley Opelka and Lloyd Harris right now are at, a fresh update. Lloyd Harris has a match point against Riley Opelka. It is Opelka 3 serving 5, match point. Lloyd Harris is receiving. Here we go. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, thank God.
Interesting
Because
point.
I can't stand up.
So Lloyd Harris kind of steps back against the fence. He's tucking his kind of headband in. He's getting down. He's kind of ready. He's kind of rocking back and forth, split steps, forehand, kind of neutral ball. What does Opelka do with it? Gives it back to him. Nice cross court to Opelka's backhand, dumps it in the net. Match is over.
Duh. You don't even have to do all of that.
Match is
You could have just said match is over. Ben Frigger, what's up? Hey, guys. Being an Aussie, I was sad as Ash.
Let's go, Lloyd Harris. Let's go. Come on.
All right, stop.
Let's go.
Do you want me to give you 2 of my motion sickness things to calm down?
I'm tired of looking at Paul Bunyan. Yes, I know he's from the U.S., but come on. What is a serve bot? I
don't dislike Opelka. I just don't think he's going to win a Grand Slam. I have nothing against Opelka, Derek. Nothing. It's just, to me, it's not a pleasing game. I prefer to watch someone that has more variety. I tell you about this every player. It's not just Opelka. I tell you about many players.
Let's go, B-Dog.
I hate players. I hate them. I don't enjoy watching players that just hit the ball and have no strategy or just serve. I feel like a full, complete game is the package.
Very totally.
That's what I like. Not that I have anything against him.
Can you poll
just
question?
Not a fan, like B-Dog said. Not a fan of Opelka.
Can you poll question something for us?
Mm-hmm.
Do you enjoy watching the serve bots play, and put the serve bot in quotation marks? Do you enjoy watching serve bots play? We said this yesterday. Don't hate on us because we're saying Riley Opelka sucks.
I didn't say he sucked.
I did. Okay, don't hate on me then.
I don't say he sucks. He obviously doesn't suck because he's a pro. That's just not what I enjoy watching.
He's a serve bot. And look, I get he's from the U.S. I'm from the U.S. Tennis is an international language. If you're here, it doesn't matter where you're from. We're tennis family. 5K, tennis, no matter what. We're here. Doesn't matter. Size, shape, weight, form, where you from, what side of the tracks, don't matter. Okay, we're here for tennis. Riley Opelka, much love to you, bro. But I'm glad the better.
I don't like watching Berrettini.
I'm glad the better player won.
But Berrettini can at least hit the ball a few more times than Opelka. Just saying.
Now,
if he was just a serve bot, he wouldn't have been able to, give a little competition to Djokovic at Wimbledon.
Riley Opelka, during one match we were watching about a month ago, missed over 75% of his serve +1 shots. In other words, he served the ball in, it came back to him. In other words, the returner returned his serve, and he missed that +1 ball 75% of the time. You can't expect to be a beast if you do that. Good job for Lloyd Harris. Let's go South Africa. Gene Swart, Ivor Savage. Let's get down.
Let me go back to Ben Fricker's comment before this one started yelling. Yeah, I think it was a sad day when Ash lost. Justin said, really, Rogers, he said, there's no such thing as luck, but he's like, she was lucky to get through that match.
It's a poll question. Is in sports, B-Dog's a good one here to ask because sometimes luck happens in football, fumbles and interceptions or tipped passes. But is there really a such thing as a lucky win? I think so. Mm-hmm. I do think there's such thing as a lucky win. Mm-hmm. Look at the kicker, Steve Norwood, that missed 3 field goals and never gave Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, or any of these other ballers a Super Bowl because of the dude's foot. So, luck does happen. He shanked 3 field goals, right?
Yeah, I think so. All right, let's go back to Stefano Tsitsipas and Patrick Montaglu on the second thing.
Yes, and before we squash the Opelka match.
Good for Harris. He deserves it. He has a lot more game than Opelka. For sure.
After Zverev, Sasha Zverev, Ooh, what does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
After Sasha Zverev, Alexander Zverev, finished off Jannik Sinner, Brad Gilbert interviewed Zverev after the match, and Brad Gilbert looked at Zverev and he said, hey, you're going to play the winner of Lloyd Harris or Riley Opelka. And Zverev laughingly, as I would say, let me guess. The score is going to be 6-7, 7-6, 6-7, 7-6, and, it may go, 97, 96 in the tiebreaker. I swear, if Zverev watches our show too, or at least we're on the same brainwave of all the other pros in the locker room, I guess we've been there. It's not fun to watch a match where you understand it's going to be 6-7, 7-6, 6-7. It's almost like let's fast forward it to the tiebreaker and let's just see how that goes down.
Right.
It's not fun to watch. But even Zverev mentioned the fact that he hopes it goes on all night, but he basically prophesized the score.
Yep.
Laughable. Okay. Laughable. Back to Tsitsipas, back to Moratoglu. Okay.
You okay? You're so intense.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
All right, bring back up Moratoglu.
So another article I read. So it says here, quoting Moratoglu, Stefano Tsitsipas use of breaks during matches was learned from Djokovic.
Really?
So I go and start reading the article.
Okay, whoa. You're telling me Patrick Mouratoglou quotes to the New York Times.
No, this is different. It's another article.
But it's in quotes. We didn't
quotes.
discuss this. So Patrick Mouratoglou tells someone in quotations that Stefanos Tsitsipas learned his antics from Novak Djokovic.
Right.
That's what I call a rat. It doesn't matter.
Can I finish reading it?
That's
then
a rat.
You can call him a rat.
I smell a rat. I smell a rat. On his own student?
He says, quote, when a player takes a toilet, he takes a toilet break most of the time, not because he needs the toilet, but because it is a moment for him to reset and to refocus.
Well, duh, we know this.
Most of the time, he's lost the set. He needs to calm down, be alone, be with himself, to find himself a solution, and that is the only thing that Stefanos does. It's even annoying to think that a player would only do that to disturb the rhythm of his opponent. When he did that, took a break against Murray, he just won a set. So why would he try to break his rhythm? And then he goes and says, he didn't learn that Djokovic broke his rhythm. He found out that Djokovic took time for himself in the locker room and was able to reset and come back different. He learned that, tried it, and it worked out for him. That's why he continues to do it. Talking about Djokovic.
I agree. I don't agree. I mean to say I agree. I totally freaking disagree. Okay, first and foremost, you know what's freaking just hilarious in a way? You know what tennis, Carla, is meant to emulate?
What?
A fight to the death. Tennis is a duel. It's one-on-one. When you shake hands at the net, you're basically looking at your opponent. Thanks for the match.
Wait. I missed something. He said when Djokovic was down 2 sets, he took a break, came back, and it was a different person. He learned that from him. Okay.
Let's go to warfare on the battlefield. Real lives, real people. I'm talking. Let's look at any battle in the history of mankind where people are dying. Right? What tennis is meant to emulate, and this is why. What I'm going with this is why Tsitsipas gets a bad rap from those that bleed tennis and get it to their bones and their core. Okay, serious. I'm being serious. Not even kidding. Imagine 2 soldiers on opposing sides in the trenches in World War I. You got, let's say, someone from Germany with a hand grenade and a bayonet, the knife that jabbed you in the freaking sternum because you ran out of bullets and you're face to face, right? That bayonet to the freaking throat, okay? The other guy's got his M14 and that's out of shells and he's got a freaking dagger. Dude with the dagger says, hold on, you're about to cut my throat off, but hold up. Don't stab me yet. I got to go collect my thoughts real quick. Is that what we do? We're in battle. Hold up, dude. Don't shoot me with an M60 and blow my guts all over the battlefield. Hold on. I got to collect my thoughts, man. That's how we're training people. That's how our men are acting these days. You know what I would say? Man, get your bitch ass off the floor and get in here and work. And if not, get lost. You and your pretty boy ass coach. See ya, Jack in the Box, Mouratoglou. Kiss my ass and don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Get lost. Period. I gotta go collect my thoughts in the girls' room.
Chill out.
Dumbass.
Oh my God, my ears. Jeez.
Shoot, that's how I wake up out of bed when you're cleaning.
I'm not even cleaning. I bring you coffee.
When you clean, you scream.
You're so full of shit because I don't even clean anymore. Are you serious?
What?
I bring you coffee. You're in the bathroom doing your shower, doing your thing. And how would you hear anything? I don't use a vacuum. Are you telling me you hear a broom?
No.
You hear me fix the bed?
All right.
I don't even wake up the kids. Don't even exaggerate.
All right, let's go.
Wow.
Spanish women.
Jeez. Man.
Jeez.
Be thankful. Say thank you.
Oh, you know I'm thankful.
Yeah, okay.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Yeah.
I would never get excited in life, if anything, if it wasn't for you. Behind every good man, there's a good woman.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right. Shake that off. Like DMX. All right. Let's.
Next topic.
No, we got to finish out Mouratoglou.
Okay.
With Mouratoglou, can anyone tell me any credibility outside of being Serena Williams' ex-boyfriend?
He says, if you don't remember,
What credibility does he have? What champion has he built? Has anyone held up a major trophy with Moratoglu
They haven't.
outside of Serena, which had 14 before they met?
Did you not read what the New York Times said? He prefers not to coach.
He just likes to look at himself.
He wants to just be there. He prefers not to be coaching.
Yeah. It seems like to me, and Carlos Alcaraz's box was none other than Juan Carlos Ferrero. It seems like last night in Felix Auger-Aliassime's box was none other than Tony Nadal. Mm-hmm. Seems to me I'd rather be in Spain because Moratoglu, he's just a jack in the box that likes to look at himself. And you know what?
But the guy is successful, so we can't take that away from him. He has other businesses. Obviously, he understands the way tennis works.
You know what?
Nick Bollettieri was stupid enough not to. He lost a lot.
He sold out to IMG.
Yeah, he was losing money though.
Okay.
I remember when I was training at 18, I was 18 years old.
Yeah, she trained at Bollettieri's place.
We were visiting Serena and Venus' house with my ex-coach. And I remember Serena's dad talking about maybe purchasing his academy. He was already in trouble with money. So I already knew from there Nick Bollettieri was no longer going to exist as an academy. It was going to be something else. And because they were talking about buying it. He had a plan for it. I remember.
So when you were around them as kids, did you ever think that they would be famous?
Yeah.
You knew it?
Knew it. Yeah, you could tell.
They just had the it factor.
Definitely.
Our 5-year-old son, by the way, and our 12-year-old daughter, and they're all in there, and I hate to single two of them out, but if they only knew. So our 12-year-old daughter, Liliana, and our youngest son, Justin Jr., who's 5, they have this innate muscle strength like Carla has, and they can just grind it out. Lily tends to pout a lot when she wants to go practice, so that's stopping her from being great already. But the 5-year-old, he laps it up. But we'll know more once he gets hours every day on the court and see where it goes. But Lily could be Lily, honestly, our 12-year-old could be televised in 4 years if she worked, but she pouts too much. Our 5-year-old, it could be no problem, but we'll see how that goes. Mm-hmm. And I mean that as a coach. Serious. Okay. Moratoglu, no credibility. Let's move forward. Okay.
Right, next thing.
Let's talk about the Leylah Fernandez match real quick with Angelique Kerber. Okay. Last night I had thought about doing this match live, right? Like kind of play by play it because
we were doing the show while their match.
Yeah, but it ended. And anyway, long story short is I wanted to finish it that way because we were doing the show and I was kind of wrapped up in it. But good job for Leylah Fernandez. Mm-hmm. A young fighter that went through a multiple Grand Slam champion. And Kerber, Kerber's the tennis package.
Another Grand Slam champion.
Yeah. Kerber's got the package. She's got the leg. She's got it, She's had some ups and downs recently, but Kerber is, in my opinion, one of the, the top 20 tennis players of all time on the female side. Would you agree? Top 20?
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe top 15. I don't know, maybe top 20. But nonetheless, good job for her moving through.
Good comment, B-Dog.
What do you think? So what do you think the future holds for Leylah Fernandez moving forward? She's going to face Svitolina next.
I don't want to jump on any bandwagon because, again, we've seen so many 18-year-olds that do it one time at the U.S. Open.
What does your heart tell you?
She's lefty, so she's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
That's where I give her a better chance than Raducanu because I think she's lefty. You need those lefties have something special that rattle the righties, right?
What match was that walking out?
And there's more righties. Looks like Ote.
Oh, is that Oscar? Okay.
Yeah,
good deal.
So I think I will jump more on her bandwagon than the other one, just because she's lefty. And I don't know, her game from watching her last night or yesterday to Emma's, to me, was a little bit more impressive. But I don't want to jump in any bandwagon yet. So
I agree.
Well, yeah, the fact that she's Spanish too makes me want to jump more for her.
We got a glitch there.
And we've been having glitches. You just didn't realize
I didn't know it.
You were busy going, yeah, come on, let's go.
So right now, what I'm looking at is a frozen computer screen.
Yeah, but our thing's still going.
Okay. See, does anyone agree with Carla that Fernandez is not only your kind of bandwagon, you feel it's in your heart, you want her to win, but does anyone agree that she is going to win? Mm-hmm. I think so.
I like her better than I mean, they're both great, but again, we've seen a lot of I remember when Oden came out and she did so good at Melody Oden and got far at the US Open. They're like, yes, this is the next American. and it never happened. And we've seen this happen so many times, and it never happened.
Now,
It's like something you will know. Let's see what happens next year. Will they be consistent next year? Let's see what happens next year. That'll be the telltale.
You know, we've seen this from Kenin. She wins a major. Where'd she go?
We'll see what happens.
Do you think that we deserve to give a shout out to Melanie Oden? You just brought her up. She's been through a rough role, right?
She had a heart issue. She coaches now in New York,
yeah.
I think it's New York.
She was a lights out player, had some health issues, and the health issues really took a toll on herself, her body, everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So much love to Melanie, a wonderful girl for sure.
Yeah.
Let's go. She's
Who plays Sabalenka? Emma plays Sabalenka.
Sabalenka plays Krejcikova. Now, last night,
Muguruza.
Go ahead. Tell us about that, Carla. Tell us about that. Let's go. We have some Españito Correse Rosa
Muguruza loses 6-3, 7-6, 7-4 in a tiebreaker. Muguruza at first, when the match was done, went straight to her towel. I don't know if she was thinking about shaking Krejcikova's hand or Krejcikova. Well,
Muguruza went straight to the side first.
Yeah, to her towel.
So the match ended, and instead of the customary meet each other at the net, Muguruza went straight to the side. And I think, you know, she was frustrated then, but Muguruza is a lady. And look, human beings are human beings. We can't always be perfect. And Muguruza, for the most part, some ups and downs here and there, has most part been a really good sports lady her entire career. For the most part.
Derek, I watched it over and over just to see, did Mugu have a
Ben,
point?
you are correct. Ben is correct.
She have a point, but I don't think she had a point. I think that Krejcikova was
Derek,
actually.
Yes, you are correct.
Can I talk today?
I'm sorry. They're agreeing with you.
Yes, okay. Can I talk?
Showing some love to my people, man.
Jesus, man, you're so loud.
Showing some love to my people.
You gonna be loud with those hamburgers tonight, flipping us?
Oh, so I'm gonna cook.
Well, we're gonna be grilling. Don't you like grilling?
Yeah.
You gonna be loud with them? You'll be like, let's go.
Flip the burger. Get some of that charcoal.
Burn, baby.
Get some. Get some of that burger. Get that. Hey, do you know? Have you guys ever watched the Dan Patrick show? Dan Patrick is a sports commentator, and he was with ESPN a long time ago. Anyway, long story short, I like the guy a lot. One of my favorite actors is Adam Sandler, and Dan Patrick always makes cameos in his videos. Anyway, we listen to the Dan Patrick show when we drive, which isn't that much, but when we do, we listen to the Dan Patrick show, and they have something called Traeger. What is it? Traeger Friday. And there's something called a Traeger grill, and people will make up songs to with using Traeger in there because they're sponsored by Traeger, right? I thought of a song, and I think I'm going to submit it to the Dan Patrick show. Has anyone ever heard of the band Alice in Chains?
I'm sure.
Alice in Chains, anybody? And there's a song that Alice in Chains sings that's Here Comes the Rooster. Here comes the rooster. Yeah. You ever heard this?
You might get pulled.
Okay, well, we might get copyrighted because I'm singing Alice in Chains with my dumb ass.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought about something. You could say, here comes the Traeger. And then you could have, how does it go to start out? Anyway, I'm boring people.
I have no idea.
That's how my mind works.
Anyways.
Let's go. Come on.
I looked at the video over and over. Okay. So I said, let me find out what happened. Krejcikova took a medical timeout in the second set. Apparently, Muguruza had been down 4-0.
She's thinking Tsitsipas does it.
No. She was down. Muguruza was down 4-0 and then came back 6-5. And that's when she called the medical timeout. She said she had a diaphragm issue. You kept watching her, hold her.
Now she's a surgeon.
That's what it said, the article.
After
the medical timeout, she wins 7 straight points. Obviously, Muguruza is upset, right? So she didn't do the interview after she won. You know, she didn't do the post-conference interview, and she didn't do the interview after you win. She was apparently in a lot of pain. If you look at her when she takes her medical timeout, she looked to be in a lot of pain. When she walks through that hallway, she looks to be in a lot of pain. She said, I felt dizzy. I felt shaky. I couldn't breathe. I didn't know what was going on with me. There are times when I have felt that way. And when you feel that way, there's no way you want to talk to anybody. You just want to go lay down, figure it out, breathe slow and stuff. So I think Muguruza let her emotions get the best of us. She was upset. She lost 7 straight points. Anybody would be upset. Of course, you're thinking in your head, you took your break. Not only that, it's been all over the U.S. Open that all these toilet breaks and all these medical timeouts are affecting the other players. Well, of course she got upset, you know? But I really believe Krejcikova was really, really sick. Just saying.
Yes. I'm not disagreeing with the fact that she was really, really, really sick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just falling into the narrative and the childhood tale of crying wolf. You've all heard the story about the kid. He goes up into the mountains or wherever and I need help. And people come up and try to help him. But really, he was playing a joke. And he does it again. People go up to the mountain and whatever. And then finally, the kid really needs help. But the people down in the valley are like, we've heard this shit before. He's just kidding. We're not going up there. But really, at that point in time, he's getting eaten by a damn bear with his throat and esophagus ripped all over the face and a velociraptor coming in to eat his leftovers. Anyway, I said that because fairy tales might have a velociraptor, right, instead of a coyote.
She said her diaphragm.
What I'm getting at is for the past week, we have had a multitude of things revolving medical timeouts, bathroom timeouts, blah 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 blah. Stefanos Tsitsipas. Tiafoe took a long one last night. Brooksby's taking one. And now we got Patrick Jack-in-the-Box Moratoglu running around telling people as a rat, the snitch little pretty boy that he is, yes, that's why people are doing it. And not only is it them doing it, but I'm telling you that my student does it. Patrick Moratoglu ratted as his own student. And if I was Tsitsipas or Tsitsipas's father and Patrick Moratoglu just said, hey, yeah, my student Stefanos does need to go to the bathroom, and he does need to collect his little girl thoughts because he is a little spastic kid. Sorry, Kevin and Jackie Gunn in England. I get spastic is difficult there, but not here. My apologies in advance. But you can't rat out your own student for doing what he does and play it. That was a dumb moment by Patrick Moratoglu. Patrick Moratoglu will lose students because of that. Mark my words.
Not only that,
if not, then his students are idiots.
When Muguruza was serving, right? She also was being kind of bitchy about it that Krejcikova would walk to get her towel. She said she was doing it really slow. She's walking to her towel really slow. She was taking a long time in between points. Obviously, when you're a player and you're the other side and you're losing, you want to take advantage of the player hurting. Right, Ryan? When you were hurt, when you were down, when I knew you couldn't breathe, I just wanted to finish you off.
Yeah.
Duh.
Taking forever to change sides.
Yeah. I just want you to move your ass.
Come on, dude. Come on.
So I get her point.
Just sit down.
I get her point.
It's like, what?
I get her point.
We love her. We love you, Ryan, but you take forever.
It's like when you see the player cramping, you're like, man, I don't give a shit you're cramping.
It's like, that's not my problem. Deal with that elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, again.
I get her frustration. I get it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the reminder.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, you see your opponent hurt? Do you want to say, oh, are you okay? No, you're a competitor. You want to win.
Let's go.
Whatever it takes. It doesn't matter.
Come on.
Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway.
Not for me, Gene. Difficult to stay focused when your parents not feeling well? No, that's what I'm like. Yes, I got you.
Yeah, let's go.
Not for me. I'm gonna keep doing what I have to.
Let's go.
Did Brooksby win? Doesn't he play today?
They play at 6. They play at 6. By the way, right here, I have the Berrettini live match. I have the Berrettini Oscar Ott match live right here. They're still in the first game. It's deuce. They've gone to a couple of deuces. Oscar Ott is serving. Berrettini's returning.
It's just starting.
Oscar Ott just took the point.
It's just starting.
He's serving for the first game.
Just starting.
All right, let's skip over to Carlos Alcaraz for a minute. Okay, Carlos Alcaraz won once again against a very tired in the last 2 sets Goyowitz.
He had the match.
Had the match. Mm-hmm. The road will get more difficult for Alcaraz. Felix. Okay, let's look at. Forget the match last night. Goyowitz, you're like Goyowitz. Who? Okay, Alcaraz. We talked about him 3 years ago. He's here. He's here.
Sassoon.
He had the hair.
I felt like when I was watching Goyowitz or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching the ladies in the 80s when they go to the salon. Sassoon shampoo, Sassoon conditioner, and use the Aquanet spray and fluff it.
Damn, you remember Aquanet?
Yeah.
Do you remember the hairspray bottle?
Yeah. Fluff it. Like, tease it, fluff it, tease it. That was his hairstyle.
Aquanet.
I was like, wow.
You guys remember Aquanet? There was in like a pink bottle. It had net kind of look on it. Man, your hair
That's what it looked like to me, his hairstyle. I was like, damn, that boy has so much fluffiness to his hair. You could tell he picked at it, added the volume. I was like,
yeah.
wow.
When you sprayed Aquanet on your hair, you ended up with a helmet. Do you remember the movie Spaceballs with Rick Moranis? And it was kind of an offshoot of Star Wars, and they had dark helmet. Rick Moranis had a huge helmet. That's kind of like Gajuwicz's hair. He was light helmet.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
As far as Alcaraz serve, it's not consistent. I don't think that it's awful, but I think he has a shot against FAA.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
Because
he has
FAA,
a great shot against FAA.
Watching last night, Tiafoe play, every shot, it's like, it's like every shot he works 10 times harder than what you need to. Like, chill out, be smooth, glide, hit, be smooth, glide. Not everything has to be It's like too much energy.
Yeah,
I was exhausted watching one point. I'm like, this guy just used as much energy as I would in 3 games.
I agree. Totally. When I was a child, my father was our first coach, and we had another coach who died over 100 years old and was still playing tennis. His name was Norm. Anyway, if we finished a point learning to be young tournament players, and after the point was finished, so let's say I'm playing you, Carla, and I hit a winner or whatever, and the point's over. After the point was over, we were told and made sure we got our racket out of our playing hand and put it underneath the left shoulder as to let the grip dry and let our right hand get a break. Mm-hmm. And to go not slowly to hold up time, but, go slow, let your body rest, breathe in, breathe out, breathe a little bit. You're in no rush to get back there. The game is played at the server's pace, so respect that, but take your time in between points. Frances Tiafoe, I think coaches always miss the fact that your in-between point time is meant to kind of recharge the battery for a couple of seconds and to not expunge too much energy. Tiafoe wins the point and then goes afterwards and expends just as much energy that he does winning the point as celebrating the point. And what happens if you add up a bunch of expunged energy over a period of 3 to 5 hours? You have worn yourself out. Let's look at this. How many times do we tell students that we teach, if you are running back and forth the entire match and the other opponent hasn't run back and forth that much at all, and it's spanning 2, 3, 4, 5 sets, how much more tired are you, or how many more footsteps have you taken than your opponent at the end of the match? Mm-hmm. I'll make a space metaphor. Yin Hao Core out there might appreciate this one. So if I have a point in time in space, like outside the atmosphere, and I'm a point in time, and I travel barely 1 degree off in this direction with 1 point, and I'm at the same point, and I travel barely off 1 degree in that direction. And eons of time, that 1 degree has variated into a very large degree. And that's what a lot of these players don't understand when they get all pissed off and they're breaking rackets and they're smacking their shoe and they're yelling at their camp, wah, wah, wah. The energy that they're expending doing that is energy that they should conserve to put into the tennis match. And that's why habitual shouters, complainers, and whatever usually don't do that well. I know we can make some extraneous variables here. Djokovic is one of them that can really put out energy in between points and still get away with the win.
Well, he's like Bruce Lee. Now that I think about it, he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know how Bruce Lee would go, whoa.
Yeah.
You watch his movies, and all of a sudden he was like,
yeah.
So I would, that should be Djokovic. Bruce Lee. Djokovic is Bruce Lee.
By the way, Carla came to me the other day, and Carla said to me, and I wrote this and I forgot. Carla came to me the other day and she says, Justin, we need to find another sport because we can't keep up this level forever. So I was telling Carla, I was like, we can hit tennis balls forever. And she was like, well, yeah, but I like to compete. And I know we can't run around and beat each other down in sets all the time. So when we can't, I don't know if it'll be that interesting to me, right? Mm-hmm. I mentioned golf. I wanted to give a shout out to all the golfers out there. I have played golf maybe 20 times in my life. Carla, have you ever played on a course with clubs? She has not. No. Out of the 20 times I've played, I don't know if I've ever even hit the ball off the tee with any type of direction without chunking up a lot of dirt. Does anyone have any tips on so in other words, golf isn't for us because I can't hit the ball. I can whack a tennis ball, but I can't hit a golf ball for nothing. Does anyone have any tips for 2 old tennis players and coaches trying to kind of delve off into another sport?
Cycling. Yeah, he has a bicycle, but I would have to get a good bicycle.
a Diamondback Mission 2 over there. It's a nice bike. I just never ride it.
Yeah.
Nice bike. All right. Alcaraz moving forward.
So we'll compete
I'm faster than you, girl.
Ooh, watch me go over this.
Let's go. I got you. Hit that jump. Break my other leg. Carla, you can't jump that.
Snowboarding?
I grew up snowboarding. Big snowboarder for sure.
That's expensive.
Yeah. Who said that?
Because we don't have snow.
Who said
here.
snowboarding? Oh, snowboarding in Aspen. I got to go hang out with Chris Everett.
By the way, he gives a lot of grief to Chris Everett, but I got to give her a props on something.
For what?
She kept her shape.
That's the stupidest comment I've ever heard. Are you telling me when you're that rich, you can't have someone cooking your meals and telling you what to eat and making sure when you wake up there's the perfect breakfast,
Then why can't all of the players do that? Why can't those other players have money to commentate?
Can we find some middle
Maybe
class?
she's in her late 60s and she's in shape. So do every movie star.
Carla, not everyone can afford to do that.
Do you not think Salma Hayek does that?
She's a movie star.
Duh, but you guys are like.
Before we get on some topic like this, can we find some run-of-the-mill middle class, lower middle class, or maybe someone in poverty that has kept themselves in shape at 50, 60, 70 years old? Because that's the stories that matter, not Chris Everett's snooty ass.
I'm talking. Jesus, I was just talking about Chris Everett.
Of course she's going to be fit. She can say, hey, cook me that crap, and I don't want to get fat. And she's going to have people catering to her.
Well, there's people that can do that, and they don't stay in shape.
Man, Chris Everett sucks. She's a good tennis player, but man, her whole ambience is snoot. She's a Karen. Karen is Chris. Karen Everett.
Ryan said, in golf, they call the shot a stroke because every time I hit a shot, I feel like I'm going to die.
Why is his foot hung up on the net? Oh, he went over the net.
There you go.
Who is that? He just took a net tumble.
How do you fall over like that? You got to be pretty clumsy.
I think that was an old match, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. No, yeah. Okay, my fault.
John Daly, the golfer.
Yeah. That was an old match. Mm-hmm. All right, next topic.
Oh, yeah. Going back to that Tiafoe match, I knew he wasn't going to win it just because of the game that he was playing. And then what about Felix Ball coming out 2 times out of his pocket? The first time it comes out, okay. Second time again, come on, man.
Well, the umpire didn't call a let the first time, but he did the second time. If the ball comes out of your pocket on the court, it is supposed to be let, unfortunately. The second time, it's supposed to be a point. Long story short, as there has been many tennis players over the past many years that continued sponsorship by certain companies because the pockets were too short. This has happened before, right? I think Federer at one point in time had an issue with some Nike shorts because the pockets were too short. They weren't deep enough, okay? If you have ball boys and ball girls, I don't know why you need that second ball in the pocket anyway. Mm-hmm. I don't really understand it. Now, we were talking about Felix Auger-Aliassime, Tony Nadal being his coach. Can I ask everybody a question? Do you think at this level, pro tennis, that it's more about the player than the coach? Or do you think it's more about the coach making the player? In other words, we see Felix Auger-Aliassime with Tony Nadal. Can Tony Nadal make him a champion, or is the champion just born with the ability to be a champion?
Sometimes you do need the right coach, and it's not because they're showing him strokes.
It's just they gel right.
I mean, the chemistry has to be right. Mentally, someone to talk to. I think it's just mentally that you need that coach at that level. Okay, now revert back to Mouratoglou for a second. What does Mouratoglou share with these younger players? Look pretty like me. I'm never here, and I just pop up in everybody else's boxes. So if I go to Mouratoglou's camp and I'm Tsitsipas and I'm playing a match and I lose, and now he's in 57 other people's boxes, how does that make me feel as someone that's paying him to be my coach? Wait a minute. You're not as unique as I thought you were. Wait a minute, Patrick. I'm paying you millions of dollars, surely. And you're in all of these other people. If I'm paying millions of dollars, I want one-on-one. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If I'm paying that much money, look, when we meet new students and they have multiple coaches, I don't like it. It's not that I don't like the coach. It's that I don't want to have to go in between and change something here and change something there. I don't want to deal with it. Right? I'll be a hitting partner if someone has another coach, but I don't want a second coach because different things are coached with the same intention, but different things, different varieties. But Mouratoglou, I'm sorry, he doesn't have any credibility to me outside of he's handsome and he's got a nice shaven beard and he has the accent because he damn sure hasn't made a champion. Right or wrong? Right. Well, okay. I think the champion is born and the coach helps that champion stay collected throughout their career. I don't think
let's say Michael Jordan. I don't think Michael Jordan needed a coach to take him to where he is. I think he was born with it.
He's born with it, but sure. But there's those. He finally found Phil Jackson was a good. They had good chemistry, so it worked. That's what you need is good chemistry. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Daniil Medvedev for a minute. Daniil Medvedev should have one of the easiest matches in his entire career at a major. He's going to play Vandal Sejomp. Again, admittedly, I watched him play for the first time yesterday against Schwartzman. Medvedev has had a relatively straightforward time. He's had a straightforward match with Evans. He had a straightforward match with Anajar. He had a straightforward match with Kopfer in the second round.
Nice draw.
And he had a straightforward time with Gasquet in the first. And here he is with a practice match against Vanderschlump, ultimately in the semifinals to meet the winner of Felix Auger-Aliassime and Alcaraz.
And ultimately, for Djokovic to have any competition, Medvedev does need to get through that.
Look, I don't think
he needs to get through that. Otherwise, we're going to be sleeping.
Yeah, I don't think a fully rested Medvedev will still be any competition whatsoever to Djokovic that just dismantled him recently and laughed about the fact that he can lure him to the net because he knows that Medvedev has no net game.
I disagree with you. This is the U.S. Open. This is a bit different. Yeah, I disagree with you on that. You were showing me a video of him practicing with somebody.
Oh, yes.
It was awful, by the way.
By the way, for those of you that watch tennis specifically just on HD TV with cameras and center courts, the game is elevated, kind of with microphones and everything. But we were watching a couple of people practice, one of them, Daniil Medvedev. And guys, again, the difference between pros and the 4-5 and 5-0 players you see at your local club is that they can do it more consistently. And they're in better shape for the most part. But watching these guys practice is no different than Carl and I practicing, to tell you the truth. We were watching Medvedev practice, and I'm like, damn, if he played like that during matches, I would love to play him because I would have a lot of confidence going into that match.
Absolutely.
But, but during matches, it's different. But they don't practice anything lackluster. Like watching pros practice, I'd rather not even watch it. I'd rather watch Jurassic Park or something.
Agree.
Because it's just like if we go out to the court and practice after I've been playing for 40 years, how much do we really put into practice? 20%?
Yeah. All right. So before you go to your next subject, Christopher was watching Sabalenka play Mertens. My son, Christopher, was watching. We were watching him. Mom, he said, what is that? Oh, it's very short.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
He said, what is she wearing? He said, she looks like the Power Ranger, the yellow Power Ranger. And then my daughter says, yeah, she looks like a Power Ranger. And then he says, how is she number 2 in the world? And I said, good question, son. We were watching the first set, lots of double faults, just a lot of hitting, really no strategy. And then he said, what's up with her hairstyle and the way she screams, showing her teeth? I said, he's like, she looks like a man most of the time. I said, I don't know, son. But anyways, one thing that we were watching is that she could not slice the ball. Anytime or tense. I mean, she won the match in 2 sets. The second match was pretty quick. I think it was like 6-1 or 6-2. But she could not slice at all. Anytime her tense kept bringing her up at the net, she had a hard time, just with the front court. I just don't see how Sabalenka is going to win a Grand Slam. Her next opponent, let's see who her next opponent is because I don't have my draws. I don't know, Justin. Hold on. She's number 2 in the world. Yes. So she plays Krejcikova. I think that's going to be a tough match for her, actually. If Krejcikova is feeling really well, I think she's going to have a tough time. Because Mertens, she had a little bit more firepower. It was 6-4 in the first set. 6-4, close, But she disappeared in the second set. Krejcikova is a consistent player. She's going to throw slice at her. She's going to chip the ball. She's going to bring her to the net. I'm sure she watched Sabalenka's match. Positive that she did.
You mentioned Sabalenka, and you mentioned Chris talking about she looked like a Power Ranger.
The outfit.
The outfit, yeah. Admittedly, when I saw it, I was like, "Damn, I don't really know much about the Power Rangers." But yes, it seems like a coded.
Well, if you look, he's like, "Mom, do you remember the red Power Ranger, the green Power Ranger, the blue Power Ranger?" She's like, "That's what she looks like."
Okay, I had to Google something, and here's where I'm going with this. This is for Michael Walker. Is Michael Walker out there?
He's right there.
Let's go. Okay, I'm glad Michael Walker's here. And there's many of you that surely can answer this, but I know Michael Walker has watched the game for like a long time, like many generations. when I was a kid and we would look at tennis highlights, there would be, tennis players, they'd be for the most part pretty calm and collected. Fast forward to now, and every time we see like a still slow motion picture of a tennis player, it's got to be something like this. Follow me. Here comes a picture of Sabalenka on the press. Here comes a picture of Nadal winning. Here comes a picture of Djokovic after the Australian Open. Here comes a picture of Tiafoe after a match. Is that Tiafoe? That's Tiafoe? Okay. Now, when is it that when is it?
Would you have done that if you had a belly?
I have a belly?
Would you have done that
I don't have a belly.
if you had a belly? No, you wouldn't have.
Okay. When is it, Michael Walker, that tennis shifted from, shake hands at the net, good match, and no grunting, no squealing, no bullshit, no medical timeouts? When is it that tennis shifted to every tennis highlight that you see, a still picture on the front page of the USA Today? My dad is 82 years young. He was my first coach. He played himself. My father was born into the game. If this tells you how far it goes back. My father's 82, and he was born into the game. So my great-grandfather played. And my father would tell me to this very day that the only match that he can stand to even listen to on the radio is Roger Federer. Outside of that, he could care less to listen to any of it. He'll tell you, I don't want to watch any piece of shit dude with two hands on their damn backhand. I don't want to see some fucking dude with two hands on a stupid-ass, big-ass 100-square-inch racket. I want to see some guy with one hand on a 68-inch standard head. I don't want to see these pansies. That's what my dad would say at 82 years old. And he would tell you right here in that chair right there. He would do it right here. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
You know he would damn. Oh,
yeah, he would say.
You said I am wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
But do you see where I'm going? When in tennis, what made the change of shake hands at the net, no grunting, to drop shot? When did tennis change that way?
Monica Seles was the first grunter in women's.
Okay, Monica Seles is the foundation or the cornerstone of the paradigm.
No, for the women.
She was the paradigm,
for the
paradigm shift.
But there was a grunter. What was his name? Gomez. He won
Andres
the French
Gomez.
Open.
Yeah,
French Open.
Yeah.
And he would grunt as well.
Yes. So, okay. So Michael Walker says grunting Monica Seles 1990. Michael Walker has crowned Seles the queen, the foundation. She is like the KRS-One of hip hop. Monica Seles is that girl. Mm-hmm. She's the grunting. Who's the dude grunt foundation grabber? Did Monica Seles start the whole deal? Huh?
Yeah, B-Dog has seen your stuff on Facebook, so he knows you're shredded. They're like, oh, Justin has abs.
What's that? I don't have anything on Facebook.
No, well, he's in our Facebook.
But what do I have there?
You have one going like this.
Oh, that's when Jonathan, my oldest son, wanted to do a push-up competition with me. And let me go ahead and tell you that. Let's go. There's a workout called a Mike Tyson workout. And I implore, if anyone out there can do this and finish it, I'll give you $20. $50. I'll give you $50.
How do we know? You got a video of that.
You better video that thing. I'll give you $50 if you can finish it. Send it to you immediately, but I need a video of it. Mike Tyson workout. We learned this in prison. So you stand up and you get down on the ground and do one push-up. One. You get up on your feet. You take one breath. Get down on the ground and do two push-ups. 1, 2. Get back up. Take one breath. Get back down and do three push-ups. Stand up. Take one breath. Get back down. Do 4 push-ups. If you can make it all the way to 20, you got it. But I want to know about it. B-Dog.
I think when I used to do it a lot with you, I made it to 11. I think
I got to 19.
11.
I got to 19. So think about it. You get down, do 1. Get down, do 2. Get down, do 3. And you get up to like 15. You get down.
It hurts because there's no break really.
Yeah, we were training a baseball team. Carla and I were the physios for a baseball team, a travel ball baseball team, and we had them all doing that. And I think some of them got to like 4 and 5. Some of them got to 9 or 10. I think our son Christopher and Jonathan kind of beat everybody, but try that and see what number you can get to. I would get to like 17, 18, and then you go down and do 17, you get back up and you drop back down and you try to get to 18. Your arms start to tremble, you start to buckle. But my record was 19 plus 6, something like that. almost, but it's rough. That's Mike Tyson. Okay,
All
so I can knock you out with that. Come on.
I got to 18 5 years ago. Good for you, B-Dog.
All right.
I got to 11 several years ago, but that's when I was practicing all the time.
We have a match coming up later that we have heard Darren Cahill, Chris Evert, Paul Anacone all say that Brooks is someone that can and has a good shot at beating Novak Djokovic. Can I go ahead and get the comment started on this? Is this just American commentators and a Cahill just sucking up to them, talking shit just because it's the USTA?
Send them on Instagram when Djokovic destroys him. Send them on Instagram. I thought you said, type their quote.
Do you think Novak Djokovic gifts this grunting, freaking young, freaking
I'm gonna be rooting for Djokovic.
I'm gonna be rooting for Djokovic. Let's go! Come on!
I hope he destroys him 1, 2, and 2.
I'm gonna get my Djokovic Flo hat on. What's up, Flo? Limited edition Djokovic hat. Get that on and tell you what. Do you think Novak Djokovic gifts him a set? Just gives the young, here, man, let me give you a set, man.
He better.
I need the ratings and I need some more practice. Let me just you can have this set, bro. Get the crowd into it. Sell some more tickets. You think he just gives him a set? He gives him a set? Or do you think he just beat the brakes off him because he just wants to stay rested?
He beats him.
Why don't I like Brooksby? Because he's from the U.S.? Am I an asshole? No. Djokovic is fighting for history. Djokovic has put in the work. He has prevailed over the other two. No disrespect to them. I'm a fan of both. He earned it. He deserves it. He is the better player. Brooksby, by the way, likes to take bathroom breaks. Brooksby, by the way, loves to go.
Yeah, he doesn't grunt. It's awful. It sounds like his poop can come out of his ass. So he's trying to get it out.
Brooksby has a hideous grunt.
It's not even a grunt.
There's nothing I see in Brooksby that I like as a tennis player. Now, if you want me to go on TV and work for, Fox or whoever, NBC, and knowing that I have an employer that'll fire me if I don't, kiss ass, I would say, oh, you're so great. You're so great. You have a chance to beat Djokovic. But because I don't have to worry about that, Brooksby, you're going to get your ass whipped. Welcome to the real deal. Welcome to the freaking best in the world. Don't take this personally, but you're fixing to go to the house. You had a good run. Stop that grunting. Stop all your showboating, because in the grand scheme of things, not going to work in my house. Maybe when I'm gone, but not now. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Adios, muchacho. That's Djokovic's pre, post, and during match speech and thought process. Mm-hmm. Welcome to my club. Mm-hmm. It's my court. See you later. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay?
Yeah.
Was that it?
Too. I was glad to see Tsitsipas lose this wild card, Terry.
Did anyone notice how short that Jannik Sinner's shorts were?
He's got legs on.
Short shorts are tough for me because I have chicken legs. I have
Some guys can wear them.
I have thin quads. So when I wear short shorts, I look like Toothpick Man, like Gumby. Do you know who Gumby is?
Yeah.
Do you know who Gumby is?
The green guy.
I look like Gumby when I wear short shorts. So I got to wear the long shorts. Okay. What am I missing here?
You're 5'3", Michael Walker?
It's okay. Big
I
things.
never imagined you being 5'3".
It's okay. What's the matter with someone's
32-inch waist? That's a good size waist.
I got a 32. Actually, like 30.
30, yeah.
Okay, here's something fun I wanted to mention about Novak Djokovic and his wife. Okay. Novak Djokovic was interviewed recently, and a question came up about a shirt that his wife, Helena Djokovic, was wearing. And the shirt she was wearing showed a picture of Djokovic next to a wolf, like the animal of the wolf. The wild.
5'10". I was about to say 5'3". I read that wrong. I'm 53.
Okay.
Oh, good for you. You're tall. Well, you're kind of tall.
She had a shirt on that, Djokovic on one side and a wolf on the other, and it says, "I run with the wolf." So a journalist asked Djokovic.
I'm sorry.
So a journalist asked Djokovic. What did her shirt mean? And Djokovic answered, it's kind of like a nickname. I'm kind of the wolf and blah 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 blah. And the journalist asked further, how does she do being the wife of the best tennis player in the world, right? Yes, and she indicated that he indicated that sometimes we're tough for her and hard for her, but other than that, it's just normal. That she is excellent. She's my whole deal, right? Now I bring this up why, Carla, I want to ask you a question. Okay, Carla, how? And let me contextualize this question. Carla and I have both had many relationships. before we met.
No, I haven't had.
Well, can you just go with it so I can get done with time for your little nitty gritty pickpocketing stupid things? Just we both had relationships with people that are non-tennis players.
Yeah.
Okay. We've both been with people that are non-tennis players.
Okay.
Married to them.
Yes.
Okay. Why is it so difficult for tennis players that are coaches? They've lived it. It's their passion. It's what they do. It's part of their blood. Their parents did it. It's in the family. Why is it so difficult and so hard for non-tennis players to be married to a tennis player of that kind of forte? Why? Why is it so difficult?
Because I think sometimes tennis players can be crazy, especially someone like Novak. You know, like he drives me nuts. If I was sometimes I just want to smash a racket on his head. I'm sure she wants to do the same thing when he's
Sometimes she just wants to smash a racket on my head?
Yeah.
Really?
When you act like
that's like assault, man. I should call the cops. You're trying to assault me with a tennis racket?
Have I assaulted you?
You throwing some stuff at me like a sandal.
Oh my God. When he's screaming at her, you don't think she wants to grab a racket and smash it on his head?
Probably.
Okay, it's a saying. Don't tell me you don't feel like that sometimes, okay? Why are you looking at me this way?
Tell you what, man.
You said that it's tough to deal with tennis players. Absolutely. Especially like if I'm playing with him and he's throwing his racket, I'm like
throwing my racket. I've done it like twice in my career. You've thrown your racket.
When?
You threw it against the fence not long ago when I was beating you. When I beat you in that recorded match. By the way, she always talks about, I'm Sharapova. She's Serena and I'm Sharapova. You know, does anyone find it odd that the only time we filmed our match, I won? Does anyone find that odd?
Kids.
Most of the time.
All right, come here, Lily.
Wins.
Come here. Come over here. All right, Lily. Tell us what you got. All right, Justin. Come here, buddy.
Who wins more?
All right, come on over here, children.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Oh, who's the best tennis player, Gabby?
Mom.
Mom? How you going to sell me out like that? You better watch out your dinner, girl. I'll hold that ketchup.
Mom.
You won't get any ketchup? Okay, Lily, who's the best tennis player? Mom?
Chris.
Okay, well, Chris is. Chris takes that. He's got that.
Mom still beats Chris. No, Mom or Dad, buddy.
Chris is too bashful for the camera, but he's
Mom
cool.
or buddy.
What do you think, Gabby?
Look, the reality, the question was, how do they take it? It's tough for them to take it because they don't know what it is. For Novak, it means a lot, right? So him yelling and stuff, it's hard when you're not. You were asking how tough is it to be married to a tennis player?
Okay.
You can't take it personal. In other words, you can't take it personal. They take it personal. It's nothing against them.
Look,
they're just expressing their passion.
How many good friends do we have, Carla, that are tennis players at our level, coaching and grown with it, right? Mm-hmm. And they are single because they've been divorced because of it, or they are in current disarray because of their passion for it.
Many. I know so many people.
Yes.
I got so many guys that come do lessons with me, guys, and they get divorced because their wives don't understand.
Every time we meet someone new that is kind of on our same energy level with tennis, coaching and stringing, we have a stringing business too, and doing shows, and then it's from time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, and we meet other people that way. They're either single or they have been divorced or going through one because of it. Yeah. And I'm not talking one person. I'm talking
many.
1,
tennis
2,
players are
3.
Tough to deal
I can name them off the top of my head. 4, 5. I can't say.
Tennis players are so tough to deal with.
Tough to deal with. Meticulous, picky. They like it a certain way.
Competitive.
They're going to hit their tennis balls. And if you try to stop them, it's a bad thing. Once you have it in your blood, you can't separate from it. And if you do, it's not. And furthermore, for someone, if I'm in a relationship, okay, if we were in a relationship and look, even if we had a kid, and I think this is terrible to say, but if we had, if we had a kid or something and you were like, you can't play tennis anymore, I'd be like, man, we're gonna split time and we're gonna figure this out, but I'm gonna play. Mm-hmm. I'm a coach, for crying out loud. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, could you imagine taking someone's passion away from them?
No. And anything. I'm sorry that you're going through some counseling. I hate to hear that. I really do hate to hear that, Carterry.
Ask Ryan Mason. Ryan has dealt with the same thing. Carterry, reach out. Carterry, in comments, reach out to Ryan Mason. And Ryan Mason, fine gentleman, been there, done that.
It's tough.
Reach out to Ryan Mason. You guys figure out a way to hook up.
I was with someone that didn't play tennis.
Yeah, both of you can be the same here.
I stopped playing tennis is what I did.
Yeah. So. Reach out to Ryan Mason, Carterry. Seriously, in comments. Find him on Facebook or something. Isn't Carterry on Facebook?
All their kids have curly hair. Not surprising. Christopher doesn't. Straight hair.
Yeah, they get it from me. See, I got the genes. I got the DNA. Reproduction is strong.
Japanese wives are tough.
Let's
I had
go.
a friend who had a Japanese wife. Yes, very tough.
Hey, where's
Different
Flo?
cultures.
Where's Flo?
She's probably still at New York.
Do you think Flo will watch this video ever?
She did watch
This one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And Flo is like,
I'll send her. She reminds me of.
I love her.
I used to live in Brooklyn. She reminds me of all
Man,
all the friends I used to have in New York, in Brooklyn.
I love Flo. Flo, you should please find your way to this island that we live. You have a place to stay. If you need to get picked up from the airport, I'll come get you. You don't need food. I'll cook. Don't worry about that. All you got to do is get a ticket. I'll come pick you up, bring you here, and I got your own bedroom, your own bathroom, your own bedroom, your own bathroom, your own room. You don't even have to talk to us. Well, I'll come get you.
You don't have to talk to us.
You don't even have to talk to us.
I'm sure she'll talk to us.
But I just want Flo to be right here, and then B-Dog to be over there. It's like B-Dog and Carla, and then me and Flo. So what we'll do is me and Flo will take on you and B-Dog.
I don't know. B-Dog and me might be too much for you guys.
Nah, you ain't about nothing, man.
Michael Walker says Asian, Jamaican, and Jewish women are very dominant. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of women that are dominant. I'm not getting divorced. She'll kill me before she divorces me. Damn, Carteri. Carteri just threw everything out there. All right, next topic.
All right.
You have beautiful children, though, Carteri. The combination, your daughter, I seen pictures of her. Very beautiful combination.
Carteri, hook up with Ryan Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Good guy to talk to, and he's a good tennis player, too. He beat me badly. It was ugly. I want my revenge on that shit, though. He whooped me like a – it wasn't even pretty.
You guys took turns.
Look, I blame that stupid phone call about my someone hacked into my credit card, and I had to think about
hacked,
or whatever.
Yeah. All right, next subject.
All right, round 4 predictions for tonight. Djokovic, Brooksby.
Is that a
Duh.
Duh.
The match is still ongoing now. Oscar Ott, Berrettini.
Opelka.
Harris, it's over. Zverev versus Harris. Who you got?
Zverev still.
Me too.
Yeah.
And let me ink that in.
Was there another match? Benchik today played Swiatek. I didn't get to watch the match.
Look, I called that. I told you that Benchik. Look. Here's a Cinderella story in a way. Belinda Benchik won gold at the Tokyo Olympics. Sasha Zverev or Alexander Zverev. I don't like the name Sasha. I mean, I do, but his name's Alexander. I think Sasha is short for that, German or something, or Russian. But because he is Russian, right? I mean, he's born
in Germany.
Anyway, okay, so he's German. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh well.
Sasha, you're talking about Zverev against Harris.
Oh, yes. Zverev won gold in Tokyo and Benchik won gold in Tokyo. Wouldn't it be something if both of them won gold medals and they both came in and both hoisted blah, 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 U.S. Open trophies?
Yeah, she beat Swiatek. It's a good match. Brian says he's coming back. He says, I'm coming back at Thanksgiving break to play both of you.
Holy shit, man. Can I go off on Ryan for a second? Ryan, like, I don't have many in-person like people I can be like, well, saw him, give him some shit. He's one of them. I love you, dude. I love Ryan. Damn. Thanksgiving? Damn. You live like an hour away, and I gotta wait till Thanksgiving.
I'm aging like every day.
Holy
I'm 42,
shit,
Ryan.
man.
You're like way younger than me.
I might be on a cane by then, bro. You just live right there. Just roll over on a Saturday morning and roll back. But no. The wife's got him on that swat pow, swat pow, swat pow.
To all you young guys that are viewers, don't get married.
Don't get married.
Unless she does the same thing as you do.
Yeah, honey, you cannot go play tennis because I said so. Get lost. Man, that shit wouldn't fly.
Stay single.
That dog.
Unless they understand you.
That dog would not hunt up in here. I'd be like, Carla, who? Don't play tennis where? I'll be like, okay, well, watch my tailpipe go down the road because all you're going to see is smoke. I'm gone.
That's like when I say I got to work out, I'm going to work out.
She's out. But the odd thing is she will always be there with me, so it doesn't matter.
No, but when I say, hey, I'm going to lift weights.
And then I end up down there 5 minutes later doing curls.
You end up down there with me.
She's like, I'm going to work out. I'm like, no, I'll sit up here, and then and then 5 minutes later, I'm down there doing curls.
Carteri, thank you very much. I do agree. I think all races should mix. I think they're the most beautiful children. I agree with that. Like my boys, I think my older son, he likes Asian girls, and I'm like, that'll be cool, So I think they should all mix. Absolutely. Why not?
Well, I don't know the answer to this, but I have heard there's genetics that are exemplified that are ignited because of that. Whereas sometimes if you inbreed, it tends to kind of lead to issues. Like, if you buy a dog, where, you got two puppies of the same litter and then they mate later on, the dog comes out with 3.5 arms.
Oh, stop that. Come on. No.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. Well, who's the guy that did the Skinner box about DNA and two recessives and dominants? Was it B.F. Skinner? B.F. Skinner? Chris, is it B.F. Skinner that did the Punnett square? That was psychology. Who's the dude with the DNA, the recessive, the box? Dominant, recessive. Who was the box?
Michael Walker. I didn't know McEnroe was born in Germany, but for how long did he stay there? Was it because his parents were there? He said McEnroe was born also in Germany, but was he there because his parents were there and that's where they were at the time she gave birth?
Is it the Punnett square? Mm-hmm. It's the Punnett square, isn't it?
What is a serve bot and why does everyone hate him? I don't think we hate him. I just don't like watching just serve. That's it.
No. What is a serve bot? A serve bot is someone that just has a serve.
Mendel. Who said Mendel?
Who is Mendel?
That you're trying to figure out who. About what?
About who? Oh, Mendel.
Mendel.
Gregor Mendel. Yes. Thank you for that, Jesus. Gregor Mendel and the Punnett square, right? Mendel. Yeah.
Gregorio Mendel.
Yeah. Mendel. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Gregor Mendel. Yeah, excellent. Love this.
Serve bot is just somebody that just serves.
They have a serve, and if the serve breaks down, more than likely they're going to lose. Did anyone notice that today in the Opelka-Lloyd Harris match, in the very first game of the match, Opelka won the toss, he served. He had 6 break points on his first service game against him. So the serve bot comes out, and his only weapon is a serve. We've said this before that his first hit, when he serves and gets the +1 ball, he misses quite often, a C average, which is disastrous. But a serve bot is just someone that comes out and that's all they have. And if that's all they have and it's working that day, they're going to go to 7-6 every time. 7-6, 7-6, 6-7, 7-6, 7-6, 6-7, whatever. And a tiebreaker, it hurts a serve bot to get mini broken because all they have is a serve. So the serve bot always makes it to the tiebreaker because they have a couple of points to give away during the game. Mm-hmm. But when they get to the tiebreaker, they either win it because they don't give away a mini break or they lose it because they do. It's a serve bot. Anyway. Okay.
Anything else?
That's it, guys.
Alrighty.
Vamos. Tomorrow's time. We have a full day tomorrow. It's Tuesday. Tuesday is one of our busiest days. So we have an 8 o'clock?
9.
Do we have an 8 or starting at 9?
We have an 8. We have a 9 to 10:30, 10:30 to 11:30.
Okay.
Break, then 2.
Okay.
Then 4, then 5.
Do we have a 6?
And a 6.
So we get done at 7. So we know what we'll be feeding the kids tomorrow night. That'll be something quick. Yeah. Our show tomorrow night will be late. Tuesday's our busiest day outside of Saturdays and Sundays teaching. So Tuesday we have a lot of our advanced students that come. So it's important that we're 100% and can't cut them any slack because we like to push hard. So tomorrow night it'll be late. And that's good because there's only a few matches anyway. Yeah. So that's let us get our grind done. Anyway, much love to all of you. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much to all of you. Our like family. I don't know how else to say it.
We become a tennis channel, political channel, marriage counseling. Marriage counseling.
Let's go. Carteri, don't forget to get out with Ryan Mason. It might be good for the both of you. Both of you seem to be going through the same thing, respectively. With Will, there's a way. Sup, man, up there always. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. I really feel like we try to do a good job and we work really hard at this. And sometimes I feel like channels that have really just poor stuff, they got like millions of people. Just like, how is this that we really try to be human beings? And
I don't care.
It's interesting to me. Maybe it's just one of those things that, junk sells and we, I guess, don't do junk. At least I hope not. But anyway, we work really hard, but nonetheless, it all pays off to chat with you guys. Much love for sure. Let's go Djokovic. Let's get that 21. And that's it.
Adios.
All right. Vamos. Let's go. Ric Flair. Woo!